So Jurgen, you're being honoured by the Football Writers Association tonight for winning the Champions League with Liverpool last year. Presumably it's a team effort.
Yeah, it's nice. Obviously I asked when I came in, what's my award for? I was winning the Champions League. Again. So I didn't know I won it again, but it's really nice, of course. So I now somebody explained to me about the Football Writers thing tonight, how to do it. It's nice. I appreciate it a lot. I have time, so I like to be here. Saw already a couple of really interesting people, and yeah, hopefully it will be a good night. And thank you very much for having me.
How do you feel your relationship with the media is?
I don't know. Never think really about it. It's for me absolutely okay. So I don't have friends with journalists, or especially not with journalists I've worked with. But I try to have a really good relationship, to be honest. I respect it a lot. I worked on the other side of the mic actually when I was young, when I studied sports science, and I had to think about what can I do in the future. So I worked for German television, Sat.1, like 4 or 5 months. So I had to do it a little bit. So I respect a lot what you do, but sometimes your colleagues ask questions I don't have the right answer for, or I'm not in the right mood for it. So directly after the game is difficult. So, but in general, I respect it a lot, and I think my relationship is pretty good.
Do you find it easier when you've won, or?
Yes, much easier. So, look, and it's very difficult to explain a defeat because it sometimes just happens. You don't score, the other team scores. So how can you explain that? It's much nicer to speak about what you did well in the game and stuff like that. You cannot speak, nobody allows you to speak about things that were well in the game when you lost it. So these are the challenges we face in an interview. Yes, it's much easier.
Now, of course, you've got the Champions League trophy on display tonight. Presumably, you want to keep that beyond next summer. You want to retain it.
I'm not greedy, but if we can go for it again, we should try it. We will try, but we have a very difficult job to do. First and foremost, we have to play at home against Napoli, which is already difficult enough, and then we have to go to Salzburg, which will be 100% very difficult. So we're in a good position. Hopefully we can stay in the competition. If we can stay in the competition, yeah, then we will try everything, of course.
Was that win in Madrid the high point of your time at Liverpool, or possibly even the semi-final overcoming Barcelona?
Yes, from the game it was for sure the semi-final against Barcelona, but okay, people would probably still talk about the Barcelona game, but it's not. So it's a nicer memory because we finished the job at Madrid. But yeah, from a game point of view, Barcelona was the highlight, 100%.
And of course now the league, you're 9 points clear of City, you're going well in the league. How wary are you of having a big lead and seeing it diminish?
Don't really think about it. I mean, it's only 8 points to Leicester, so we should not forget them. They were champions 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I'm not sure. So Chelsea plays an incredible season. So it's all. If we would have lost last week, the last game we played against Crystal Palace, then it's all of a sudden only 5 points when people talk about completely different things. So we are completely relaxed about that. We don't think about the gap. We don't think about the points. We just think about the next game. That works really well so far, and hopefully we can stay like this.
Brighton to come in the league next, and then Everton. That's always a huge game, isn't it?
Yes. 3 home games in a row now, what I enjoy a lot, just because in our wonderful stadium we cannot play often enough, to be honest. And yeah, but now one game after the other. So first we play Napoli, then Brighton, of course. They played really well yesterday against Leicester. They are really doing really well this season. So it will be difficult as well. And then Everton is always difficult and big. So, but how I said, one step after the other.
And then finally, we're close to the Ballon d'Or awards. Traditionally, it's either Messi or Ronaldo, but Virgil Van Dijk must be in with a shout this year of an individual award, mustn't he?
Look, I think if you talk about, if you give the Ballon d'Or to the best player of this generation, and you can give it always to Lionel Messi. That's how it is. But if we give it to the best player of the last season, then it was Virgil Van Dijk. So I don't know exactly how it will work, but that's how I see it. If it's for the best player at all, and of all, then it's Lionel. Best player of last season is Virgil. We will see.
Just finally, Manchester City here, they've got an array of trophies in the room tonight, the treble they did last year. Do you think it's realistic for Liverpool to do more than one trophy? Do you think a double could be on, a treble could be on?
I have no idea. Sorry, can't help you with that. We will see. We have to play football, our best football, and obviously City deserved all these trophies last year, but they were incredible. And it's already difficult to keep in touch with them. So we will see. But we have a good team as well. I'm fine with that. But what we can win, I have no idea. We will see.
Fantastic. Jurgen, thank you for your time. Brilliant, thanks.